Hello, dear student. Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Muhammad Shoaib Khan, PhD Anatomy, University Putra, Malaysia, and I am working as lecturer in the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Gomal University, DI Khan. So, welcome to the lecture number 3 in the scientific report writing and presentation. Today's topic is steps in writing technical report. So, the first step is the planning. Identify the real subject before writing. Determine the purpose of writing and report. Identify the target audience. Prepare a problem statement. Plan a research or target a program. First of all, we always identify the subject when we start writing a report or a scientific manuscript. And then we should know the purpose of report writing, that what will be the purpose of our report. Who were the target audience? Maybe the scientists, maybe the teachers, or the students, or the farmers, or some issue like in animal ethics or something. So we have the target audience. We must have the target audience for some report. Prepare a problem statement, that what we are going to address in this report, and plan a research or target program. The next step is the data collection. Prepare a review / notes taken on books and journals. Prepare a research design. Prepare a questionnaire for data collection. Optimization of research experiment. Interviewing, survey for the data collection and the research. So first of all, we should prepare ourselves for the review or the notes that must be taken from the relevant books or the journals or some relevant research papers. Then we have to design our experiments. We have to design our research. We should prepare a questionnaires for the data collection, that how we should collect the data. So we must have a questionnaire by which we shall correct the data. The very important step is the optimization of the research experiment. Optimize the experiment before starting it. So how we will optimize? We just start the experiment on a very small level or a very small experiment first, and just we know that how our things are going on. To know the things are how our things are going on, we should optimize our research experiments. Now the next step is the interviewing or survey for the data collection. Now if our subject is related to some experiment which we have to do in the field, or some patient data, or some business data or something, or we are going to report some research experiment, so we should have a questionnaire for the target audience, that how we will interview that the people who are involved in that research experiment. The next step is designing. Design the research outlines. What are your primary objectives? What are your major objectives? What is the secondary outlines? How you will apply the statistical design? How will you will adopt the basic pattern, or how you will follow the basic pattern of some scientist, or maybe you will need a design which you have to change according to your experiment by referencing that scientist. And now the next one is the identifying the report format, which is very important. You are writing a manuscript, you are writing a mini review, you are writing a mini research paper, you are writing a full length research paper, or you are writing some disease report or something. So you have to identify the report format. The next step is start writing. Collect your ideas and put it together. Adopt a writing model. Compile the result and data. Collect the references. Compile a rough draft. So when you're done with your experiment and field work, then you have to start your writing. So before writing, just collect all ideas together, that how you will work for the rough draft. Now the timing is for writing. How you will write, in which style you want to write. Many type of reports are there. So which type of report, which type of research paper, which type of review paper you want to write. Now the very important step, compilation of the results. Data analysis, I have told you before that this is very important. The next is the references. So you need the references for putting it in your discussion, for putting it in your review paper, for writing your introduction. So these all references you must collect, and you must cite these references whenever they need it, and then compile a rough draft of your report. Okay, the next step is the revision of the draft. So correct the grammatical error in your report, check the spelling mistakes in entire draft, check the faults of punctuation and drafting language, proofread and edit your report by some expert, incorporation of reviewer comments, and the final draft. So it's very important step now that you have done with your rough draft. So now you are revising the rough draft. So you are going to finalize your draft. So what you have to do, first of all, go through all your draft and correct the grammatical mistakes. Check the spelling mistakes in entire draft, and then faults of punctuations and language of the drafting. This is very important. If you need that, if your language is not English or you are writing in English, sometime you need the English expert or someone who can help you with his better English language. And then the proofreading and editing. You can send your report to your seniors, to your supervisors, to your mentors, or some professional reviewer who can review your report and then guide you that how you will finalize. And then very important that the comments of the reviewers, when reviewer go through to your draft, he comment on your draft, and then it is your work to incorporate all the changes which the reviewer suggested, and then the final draft. So you have done with your writing process. Thank you very much for today's lecture. So our next lecture will be the principles of good technical writing. So stay tuned for the next lecture, and bye bye. Thank you very much again, and see you soon. Allah Hafiz.